anytime I get a chance to talk to a skill guy, I don't care if it's a shooting coach or a hitting coach or, just that type of aspect of the field. I mean, one big question I really like to ask them is, how long does it take for shooting mechanics to change? Is there a number of shots that you go after? I mean, when a kid's coming to you, do you say, hey, you got to spend X amount of hours to get this done? Or, I mean, how do you go about that motivational tactic as far as giving them a goal to reach so that they understand it takes that much of a commitment to really change their habits?
That's a great question. I think that's the ongoing formula that I think you're trying to find as a teacher. I mean, everybody has a different learning curve. Everybody has a different aptitude for learning. Everybody learns differently. Some people have learning disabilities. For something that would take me and you 2 weeks to learn, it might take somebody a year. I got a master's in kinesiology, undergrad in physical education, and I remember doing, research and studies on motor development. I remember research saying it takes about 17,000 times on average to learn something and over 1 million times to never forget. Obviously, Malcolm Gladwell's research, I think he said it takes 10,000 hours to master. But what I tell my kids, I don't study my kids for 5 years, and I don't do that kind of research, but, my eyeball is a good evaluator. If I have a kid for 2 months, I definitely can see if he's getting better. I'll keep files on them. I have really quantitative tests where we might do a drill, and if it takes 30 seconds to make 10 in August, then I'll test him again in September, and it might take him 25 seconds. So obviously there's, on that day he showed improvement. If he's shooting 85% in one drill in August, and then in July he's shooting 95%, well, man, he's getting better. So, I tell kids, hey, on their own, try to work out, 45 minutes to an hour on their skills. If they feel better, go an hour and a half. Try to get up at least and make 300 to 500 shots a day. There's certain drills, most of our drills, they do this for 3 sets, 30 seconds. If you're just not satisfied, then do it again. It's really it's like homework. You got a test you take a multiplication test, and you got 50 questions. Well, you're gonna keep doing those problems until you feel confident, and that's the bottom line. I don't know what they're thinking, so I say, hey, do this workout until you feel confident, but you can't overwork. And I definitely say don't go longer than 2 hours on your skills a day, 5 days a week. I tell kids to take 2 days off a week where maybe they're not doing anything, or if they do something, it's stretching. Because I really believe there is a problem out there with some kids on overworking. Good problem to have, but, I would say 5% of my clients that I'm in front of overwork. I wish it was higher. So, I really tell kids 5 days a week, you go 2 hours or less on your skills. You go maybe 45 minutes, 40 minutes on your strength, condition, and flexibility. And then you're playing an hour and a half or an hour on your game, 5-on-5, 1-on-1, 3-on-3, 5 days a week. And then 2 days off, and then don't do nothing. That's kind of what a Kobe does, or Kevin Durant does, or Darren Williams, or Amari Stoudemire, or Maya Moore. Some of the players that I've had a chance to work out, that's what I did. And I had a chance to play on every level. The last level I was at was the Denver Nuggets, at their rookie camp, and got cut, got injured, and they said I wasn't good enough to be put on injury reserve. So I stayed out there and just, asked the coaches out there the questions you're asking me, man, and just kept a notebook. And so that kind of philosophy is pretty normal. I mean, I wouldn't train like an Olympian athlete, and them guys are crazy, 7, 8, 9 hours in the gym or in the pool, stuff like that. For basketball, it's so hard on your body, and kids can play it for so long. I mean, you start 8 years old, you could really play it till you're 38.